You know, for years I've been watching people do these unveils of tech gadgets and different things. So when a new phone comes out, they unveil, they open the box. So I thought I would unveil my HIV treatment, which for now will consist of three different tablets: Truvada, Norvir, and Rayatas. Rayatas? I don't know. Let's see how big they are. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you all. I'm really kind of a little bit nervous about starting a pill regimen. I don't like the ideal of being attached to a pill for the rest of my life. And I have avoided medicines quite a bit because of that ideal of just putting more chemicals into my body, blah, blah, blah. Not like, you know, an anti-vaxxer or anything like that. If there's a vaccine, give it to me. I'll take it. Truvada. It's a reasonable size. I'm trying to think what I can put it next to. There's a USB port right next to my Truvada. You feel like you understand scale a little bit better? I'm going to put that one right here. That's the Truvada. Going on to Norvir. I don't like taking pills. I've never liked them. I don't like being dependent on something for a living, but I am 48 years old and newly diagnosed with HIV, and I lived through the 80s and the 90s, so I know what HIV can do, and therefore I am willing to take a pill. Oh, look, this one, I wish it were possible for you to see the font, because Norvir, you've really considered your typography, and we really appreciate it. And we're going to put that next to Truvada and next to the USB drive, so you can see. I'm just doing the pill size thing because I have this thing where I can't swallow pills very easily. It's quite annoying. They get caught in my throat, and then I have to wait for them to dissolve because I have a cleft in my throat. So I have to be strategic when I take pills. Thank you, Norvir, for making that a little bit more reasonable size than Truvada. And now we'll unveil this, whatever, Rayatas, which, I don't know, sounds like the name of someone's cat. If I get a cat, I'm going to name it Rayatas. I'm always going to say it with flair. Anyway, I don't like taking medicines. And I don't like being dependent on them, and these pills have not been around long enough for us to understand the real long-term effects of them. We don't know how long they'll actually be effective, and I don't know enough to know if they are developing other pills in the background. I assume they must be. I mean, let's be honest with each other here, because HIV treatment is a business. HIV cure is not a good business decision. So that's why we have all these pills, and that's why they are out there pushing PrEP for non-HIV positive people. The gift of HIV. I hear one more person say the gift of HIV, I'm just going to throw up right on top of them. HIV is not a gift, and it's not one pill. It's 3 pills at this moment, for me in particular. USB drive, just to be consistent. So 3 pills. Rayatas. These capsules are really hard for me to take. They usually dissolve in my mouth before I can get them down my throat, which is strange because I have no gag reflex. So why pills? Why? Sorry if my mother watches this. Anyway, so those are the 3 pills that I will be taking every day for the rest of my life until the next set of pills comes along. And that will presumably, according to the hundreds of people that I have spoken to who are on their medication, will change my life forever, and I will become some sort of miraculous human being that I was not before, and that my life will become better in some way. I don't really quite understand all the logic of the whole thing. But I've had this for 42 days, so I'm still getting used to it. So I'm probably going to blog about my experience of taking these pills and talking about what it's like to test HIV positive in a foreign country where you're learning the language and then having to learn the medical context of things very rapidly to participate in the social medicine, which I'm extremely grateful for, despite whatever challenges that brings. I'm extremely grateful for that because it allows me to stay in Mexico City where I live and I want to stay living, and my artwork is here. And yeah, so that would really suck if I had to go back to the United States because of drugs for HIV. That would sort of feel like a little bit of a win for the HIV, and I'm not really in the mood to allow that to happen. So, so fight on. Here's my 3 pills. I have not decided at what time I will take them because I've been told almost like as if I don't take it at the right time. That I don't know, like I'm going to explode. The HIV is going to stand up and go, ah, motherfucker, you tried to kill us, now we're coming after you. I don't know what happens if I'm 1 minute late or 1 hour or 12 hours late for some strange reason, but I haven't decided what time I want to take it yet. And then, and then we get to add Synthroid, generic version, because I have hypothyroidism and I have not had medicine for it for quite a while. And apparently that will explain some of the things that are happening. And also calcium. Don't you feel like you just dialed into like a senior citizens hour right here? And at this moment, you're like experiencing a 48-year-old man talk about medicine like a 78-year-old man. Okay. Yes, so calcium, because I have no calcium apparently. Anyway, I don't know if you come back. If you do, you might hear me ranting and raving about how fucked up it is that there are all these medicines to help us exist daily, but there's no cure for HIV yet. What the fuck is that all about? And please don't lose focus on that being the actual goal, people, because having to take a pill every day is great that it's there to be able to do that, but it is not a cure. And pills have side effects, and you don't just go on with your life and ignore those side effects and all the other pleasantries of that. Now I'm just babbling, so let me turn this off.